Welcome fans to Guelph Royals TV. It's a chilly night here at David E. Hastings Stadium, but this matchup is guaranteed to be a barn burner that'll keep you entertained all night long. I'm Joshua Alderman on the call here tonight. My producer is Jacob Chappelle. Let's take a look at the weather. Currently 18 degrees, slated to drop down to about 13, 12 as that sun goes down. Visibility up to 14 kilometers, not too many clouds in the sky, and the wind, well, it's really settled down after being a bit breezy earlier here in Guelph. Let's take a look at the visitors for tonight's matchup, the London Majors. Hitting leadoff left fielder Gibson Krasminski, followed by shortstop Tyler Mosher, catcher Edward Diolio, batting cleanup tonight, first baseman Caden Cardoso, followed by center fielder Starling Joseph, DH Cleveland Brownlee, and batting seventh will be the third baseman Victor Plaz. Rounding out the lineup for the Majors will be right fielder Brad Verhoeven and second baseman Tristan Osika. On the hill tonight will be Jose Arias, but more on him later. For your Royals tonight, on the mound is the ever formidable Kyle Thomas. But again, a little more on him later. Let's take a look at the defensive lineup for your Royals tonight. Starting in right field will be Andy Weeder, followed by shortstop Connor Morrow. Center fielder J.D. Williams. Hitting cleanup will be third baseman Garrett Takamatsu, followed by D.H. Ethan Hammond, first baseman Josh Garton, catcher Franklin Torres, and then rounding out the lineup, second baseman Carson Burns, followed by left fielder Ashton Patterson. You couldn't ask for a more formidable lineup than that. A murderer's row from top to bottom, and the Royals, they really need the runs. They have only scored a total of 7 runs across 4 games against the Majors so far this season. Majors currently sitting third in the IBL, 6 games back of the league leading Welland Jackfish. Your Royals sitting in fourth, 8 games back. Still plenty of time to close the gap. I say plenty of time. There's tonight, there's tomorrow, and that is a wrap for the regular season. This is the last home game for the Royals. They are guaranteed to make the playoffs. It's just a matter of who their opponent is going to be, but that's a story for another time as Gibson Krasminski faces off against tonight's starter for your Royals, Kyle Thomas. Thomas's first pitch, a fastball, catches the outside corner, 0-1 the count. Thomas, the 29-year-old Mississauga native, was a Detroit Tigers prospect from 2016 to 2019. Heads into tonight's contest with a .257 ERA, 4 walks, an impressive 33 strikeouts, and 2 wins recorded across 28 innings pitched. That last pitch, a fastball inside once again, 0-2 now the count. Krasminski slaps that one on the ground, but no trouble at all for Carson Burns. Struggled a little with the delivery as he flipped it over to Josh Garton, but no troubles at all for the Royals. Having a very quick 1 out is going to bring up the shortstop Tyler Mosher. Mosher, a switch hitter, currently plying his trade with the Davenport University Panthers. A .266 batting average. He's going to chop that one on the ground. Josh Garton almost stumbled, but able to recover. Flips it to Thomas, who takes it to the bag. And very quickly, 2 up, 2 down go the Majors. 3 pitches from Kyle Thomas and already 2 outs. All of them have been fastballs so far. He does throw a mean slider. But hey, if the heater's working for him this early, he's got to keep going back to that well. Now up to bat, the 3-hole hitter, Eduardo Diolio, catcher for the Majors tonight. He's going to take that first pitch. Sinker that just didn't drop in time, 1-0 the count. Diolio in his second year with London, batting .289, 11 doubles, 5 home runs, and a very impressive 30 RBIs as he's going to chop that one foul. Evens the count up at 1-1. But with Diolio, He's had an issue with those breaking balls, up to 32 strikeouts this season. Plenty of power, plenty of pop in his bat, but when you got a flamethrower like Kyle Thomas on the mound, this might be a matchup to keep an eye on. Big swing and a miss. Of course, Kyle Thomas can rack up the heat with his fastballs, but he's also very precise, very technical with his pitches in terms of the breaking ball, the slider, the curve that he occasionally throws as he delivers the 1-2. Fastball on the outside corner. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Majors, and 6 pitches is all Kyle Thomas needs to bring an end to the top of the first. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Score tied, 0-0. Back here on Royals TV. Josh Alderman on the call for you tonight here at David E. Hastings Stadium. Majors went 3 up, 3 down, 6 pitches from Kyle Thomas was all it took. And now here in the bottom of the first, the Royals are looking to make an impact as Andy Leader steps up to the plate to battle with Jose Arias. Take that first pitch, a fastball upstairs, 1-0 the count. Arias in his second year with the Majors. Last year, 2022 was a season to remember for Arias. 10 wins, 132 strikeouts. This season, not quite as close to those MVP caliber numbers. As he gets set, delivers, check swing from Leader. Did not go around is the call. 2-1 now the count. Yeah, 4.33 ERA, 4 wins, 5 losses charged to him, and across 72 innings pitched, 74 strikeouts, but also he's given up 23 walks. Control has been an issue this season for him as Leader showed signs of a bunt, went back on it at the last second, but wasn't in time. 2-2 now the count. Arias gets set, delivers. That one curveball chopped, foul by Leader. He'll stay alive. The 3-time All-Star with the Kitchener Panthers was acquired earlier this season by the Royals. Leader hasn't had the best start to his career here in Guelph, but last Wednesday he tore the cover off the ball. 2 doubles, a triple. Couple RBIs to his name. I was talking with Mark Perry. We agreed that that's the game he needs to turn his season around. Looking to get tonight off to a hot start as well as he faces the 3-2. Chops it back. You can hear scattered chants of support for the leadoff man. Leader takes a big hack at that one. And that'll be his 31st strikeout of the year. Bat has not been swinging like it used to, but this time of the season, you want to see a player like him get hot. And after his performance last week, pretty big expectations for Leader tonight, but he is retired, 1 out, and that'll bring up shortstop Connor Morrow. Reyes delivers. That one had a curve to it that broke just in time. Almost hit Morrow on the shoulder there. Fastball just misses the outside. So now 2-0 on the young shortstop for the Royals. Arias gets set, wasting little time. That one's going to be popped up. 2, 3, 4 players chasing after it, but in the end, it's going to be the center fielder, Starling Joseph, who makes the grab. So 2 up, 2 down. Go the Royals so far here in the bottom of the first, but that's going to bring up J.D. Williams, starting center fielder for your Royals tonight. Played in the Cincinnati Reds system for close to 4 years. 336 batting average, 24 walks, 6 home runs, 28 RBIs, and 14 stolen bases. He's Mr. Left Turns Only for a reason. He's wasting little time there. Big drive, deep right field, but the catch is made, much to the dismay of the crowd here at Hastings. And wow, that was a fantastic catch out there in right field by Brad Verhoeven, robbing J.D. Williams of at least a double. But 3 up, 3 down go the Royals. This is going to be a fantastic pitcher's duel, so do not go anywhere. Stay tuned to Royals TV. Back here at David E. Hastings Stadium, back here on Royals TV. I'm Josh Alderman, and let's go over the playoff implications of tonight's game. And let's look at it through the visitors' perspective. So, the London Majors, if they win both games, so tonight here at Hastings and tomorrow at Labatt Park against these very same Guelph Royals, if they win both, they will be in second place heading into the playoffs. If they lose one and win one, they're guaranteed that third place spot. If London loses both, but across those 2 games the run differential is less than 13, they remain in third place where they currently sit. If London loses both and the run differential is more than 14, they will drop down to 4th place, moving your Royals up to 3rd. And if London loses 1 game, but the Barrie Baycats lose tonight, the London Majors can still finish in 2nd place. And of course, your Guelph Royals still a chance to finish in 3rd. First pitch to Caden Cardoso, taken low for a ball. So as it stands right now, whoever finishes in second place will face the Toronto Maple Leafs. Whoever finishes in third will face the Hamilton Cardinals. Whoever finishes fourth will face the surging Chatham Kent Barnstormers. That one fouled into shallow left field. Ashton Patterson making a run for it, but just can't get to it. So the count now even at 1-1. Kyle Thomas really settling in on the mound. Had that 6th pitch first inning. Now right back to work with the 1-1. Gets Cardoso swing, and that was a late swing. Not something you'd expect from a Rookie of the Year candidate. But it's to be expected when you're facing off against a pitcher the caliber of Kyle Thomas. That one just a bit low. Cardoso not biting on that one. Would not take the bait. So Thomas will get set. Cardoso set. Here comes the 2-2. Just a bit low, and now a full count against the player who many believe is the Rookie of the Year. Thomas gets a sign he likes and delivers the 3-2. Big swing and a miss. And the umpire was saying it's a foul tip back into the glove. So it is still an out. The Majors bench was protesting that call, but their cries fall on deaf ears. It is a punch out for Kyle Thomas as he takes down Caden Cardoso, and that'll bring up the center fielder for the Majors, Starling Joseph. Joseph in his 3rd year with the Majors. .265 batting average, 4 doubles, 5 home runs, 26 RBIs, and 9 stolen bases. A good contact hitter, but didn't get all of that one. Ashton Patterson ranges over to his left. He'll make the grab, and very quickly, 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 2nd. Batting in the designated hitter's spot tonight is a London Majors legend. One of 2 long-tenured players on this roster. Of course, I'm talking about Cleveland Brownlee. He's an assistant coach with the team, but he can still swing with the best of them. He is a London legend in his 14th season with the organization. He's going to take that first pitch low. 1-0 the count. Brownlee batting .190, 5 doubles, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs, and he's scored 8 runs himself. So obviously he can still go. But the bat, not quite where it used to be. But of course, Brownlee, especially on a young lineup like this Majors lineup, it's a valuable asset. Decade plus of experience. And he has been lights out in the IBL ever since he got here. Of course, he's slowed down over time, but he's got plenty of gas left in the tank as he fouls that one back up to 1-2. Kyle Thomas gets set. I want a slider down low. Not quite the call the Royals were looking for. There are a couple dirty looks directed towards the home plate umpire. But the count now up to 2-2 as Thomas gets set. Brownlee going to ground that one to Takamatsu at third. Flips it on over to Garden at first. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Majors here in the top of the 2nd. So the score still remains deadlocked at 0-0 as we head into the bottom of the 2nd. Stay tuned to Royals TV.
You looking for a hero? Well, look up. Yeah, I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back back up. I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up.
Back here on Guelph Royals TV, kicking things off here in the bottom of the second against the majors will be Garrett Takamatsu. He's starting at third base tonight for your Royals. Usually over at second or first, but he is a natural infielder. So if you're looking to create a devastating lineup top to bottom, it makes sense to put him at third as he takes a big swing at that first pitch, a fastball upstairs from Jose Arias, and the count will be 1-0-1. Arias shakes off the first sign from Delio. Gets something he likes. As Tak's going to foul that one back, 0-2. Takamatsu, just 25 years old, but he's playing like a seasoned vet this year as the Toronto native, batting .291, 8 doubles, 4 home runs, 30 RBIs. That's a team-leading stat right there. Near the top of the league in that category as well. But he is going to take a big swing at that. Arias picks up another strikeout. The second of the night. That's going to bring up the young gun, Ethan Hammond. He's batting in the DH spot tonight. Hammond has really earned himself a spot in this starting lineup. It took some time for him to get his first start, his first game with the Royals, but it was on Canada Day that he showed up in left field, got the call from Dino Ramel, and he has not looked back since. He's batting .321, 6 doubles, 11 RBIs, 17 walks, and 4 stolen bases. He's a patient hitter, he's a contact hitter, and once he gets on base, he is lightning fast. A name to look out for in the future. He's one of those guys you could see becoming the cornerstone of an IBL franchise going forward, but now facing a 1-2 count. That one a fastball in the dirt. Count even up to 2-2. Reyes shakes off the first sign again. He obviously knows what he wants to throw. It's that one. Tipped back by Hammond. He's going to stay alive. Count remains 2-2. Not a swing you usually see from the typically patient Hammond. And the same thing there as he chops that one over to first base. Cardoso takes it himself to the bag. And so far, Arias has set down the first 5 he's faced, but you want to talk about a tall task. You're talking about the mountain of muscle, Josh Garton. Playing at first base tonight for your Royals. He is an absolute long ball beast. Here's the thing, he hasn't hit a home run since May. He's not necessarily been on a cold streak, but he has not hit a home run in so long, and he's really psyched himself out. Not something you want to see from a top-tier player like Garton. Regardless of the fact, he's still batting .270 with 7 home runs. Takes that one low, 2-0 now the count. Like I was saying, 7 home runs, 27 RBIs, 8 stolen bases. He's got impressive speed for a man his size, but he's also got 40 strikeouts. He's in the top 5 in the league in that category. He'll take that low. Now 3-0. Those are pitches that he'd usually go after based on his recent plate appearances. That's stuff he just tries to get over the fence. But he is very reserved, and he likes what he sees. He's going to smack that one into shallow right field for a stand-up single. So Garton able to get on base, gets a massive round of applause from the Royals Kingdom. They're in full voice here tonight. And that'll bring up the catcher, Franklin Torres, a farmhand in the LA Angels system for close to 7 years. But now the Venezuelan plying his trade here in Guelph, and he has really been an impact player. A big signing, a big addition to the Royals as they look to make a playoff push. 3 doubles, 10 RBIs, 8 walks, and 2 home runs since joining the Royals. Not too long ago, just a couple weeks. As he faces an 0-1 count. Pop up, shallow right field. Osika drifting back and makes the catch. So the Royals leave a runner stranded. Score remains 0-0 here on Royals TV. Welcome back, fans, to Guelph Royals TV. Here at Hastings, the Majors and the Royals still locked 0-0 as we head to the top of the third. I'm Joshua Alderman, and man, this is going to be a fantastic game. Still plenty of baseball left to be played, but let's take a look, the tale of the tape, if you will, between these two sides battling for third place in the IBL. Your Guelph Royals, 23-17. They are 8 games back of the Welland Jackfish in first place. They are 5-5 in their last 10. They're on a 1-game winning streak, having, let's face it, they demolished the Brantford Red Sox 10-2 on Sunday. They also have the best pitching staff in the league, 162 runs allowed, and they are 11-9 at home. The visiting Majors currently holding that third place spot, the crown that the Royals covet. They are 25-15, 6 games back of the Jackfish, 7-3 in their last 10. They're on a 3-game winning streak. having beaten Hamilton, the Royals, and the Kitchener Panthers within the last week. They are 11-9 away, and they have beat the Guelph Royals in 3 out of their 4 matchups, with the most recent being a 6-4 victory in extra innings over the Royals. Ashton Patterson is going to make a fantastic catch there to retire Victor Plaz. Really fantastic stuff. There's a reason they call him the Road Runner. He has got speed for days. Goes from pretty far back in left field to almost shallow left center. Stretches out for the catch. Very quickly, 1 away. Right fielder Brad Verhoeven takes that ball. Count now up to 0-1. Another good take from Verhoeven. 1-1 now the count. Kyle Thomas really settling in there on the mound. As he wheels and deals one more time. Verhoeven flies that one back to J.D. Williams. No trouble at all. 2 up, 2 down so far. Here in the top of the 3rd. That'll bring up second baseman Tristan Osika, former Hamilton Cardinal. In his 4th year in the IBL, he's a switch hitter, batting .250 on the season, 2 doubles, 1 home run, 6 RBIs, and 3 walks. Not the hitter he was in Hamilton, but very much a big name on the Majors payroll. Josh Garton got shoved out of the way by the Majors' first base coach. Garton usually one for some playful fun, and yeah, now you can see the big smile on his face. It was all theatrics. We like to joke when kids run the bases here at Hastings and Garton leads them out. Well, there's the biggest kid of them all leading the way. He's a big guy, but he's got an even bigger heart. Love to see it. As Thomas delivers the 0-2. Osika fouls that one back. Stays alive. Kyle Thomas already on 3 strikeouts tonight. Gets set and delivers. Fastball upstairs. He tried to get Osika to swing. Now 1-2 count. And right back at it, wasting little time in between pitches. Fastball downstairs. Stays alive, does Osika. Count remains 1-2. These two teams, they know each other so well. They're top tier teams. Some of the best players in the IBL are on the Royals and the Majors respectively. That one upstairs 2-2. But now this is the 5th matchup between these teams so far this season. And just to make matters more interesting, they'll play their 6th matchup tomorrow night at Labatt Park. And heads up, that one driven right towards the beer garden here at Hastings. Just missed the garden itself. But of course, plenty of fans on that outfield grass just beyond the 3rd base side. Everyone got out of the way in time. No one was harmed. Osika with another great take. He's a patient hitter. But Kyle Thomas looking to test those limits as he delivers the 3-2. Outside, Osika. I mean, the Oscar goes to him. Really sold the heck out of that one. That's something the Majors do a lot. But it's a fantastic plan. It's a fantastic tactic that they employ. Even if that call could have gone either way, that's really smart presence of mind there from Tristan Osika to confirm the call for the umpire on his behalf. So now a runner aboard for Gibson Krasminski. So he takes a big swing at that. 0-1 now the count. Krasminski in his second year with the majors, 6 doubles, 2 home runs, 21 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases. He's a really great hitter, but he's been in a little bit of a slump recently, and that might continue as he's popped that one back foul. Takamatsu going after it, gives chase, cannot get to it in time. Another step or two and he would have made it, but gave up on it just a bit too early. But now an 0-2 count against Krasminski. Osika at first, 2 outs. No runs on the board here in the top of the third. Thomas delivers. Krasminski pops it up again. Josh Garten waving for it. Drifting back, back, back. He's going to make the catch. So Kyle Thomas is on a roll tonight, retiring 9 of the first 10 batters he has faced. The London Majors strand a runner. Score still 0-0. Stay tuned to Royals TV. Back here at David E. Hastings Stadium, Guelph Royals taking on the visiting London Majors. Plenty of playoff implications in this one. It's the battle for third place in the IVL. The Majors got their sights set on second place. But a lot of things have to go their way. If that were to happen, Barry's got to lose, or the Majors have to win here tonight and then back at home at Labatt Park tomorrow night. Of course, you can get your tickets on the Majors website or tune in to their broadcast. Fantastic crew over there. Dylan, Noah, the whole gang. Yeah, it's a matchup you are going to want to watch, even if you're not a fan of either of these teams. Just really top-tier stuff. This is what the IVL is all about, coming down to those last few games, right down to the wire, and that's when things really get intense. Arias gets set, delivers the 1-1. Good take there from second baseman Carson Burns. Count now up to 2-1. Arias wasting little time, right back at it. Fastball chopped foul. 2-2 now the count against Burns. Burns, just 26 years old, already a 2-time All-Star here in the IBL with the Barrie Baycats. A .318 batting average. That one a slider outside. Full count against Burns. 1 home run, 4 RBIs, 5 hits in 6 games with the Royals. He's looking to keep the hot streak going here against a very dominant Jose Arias. Just like Kyle Thomas has set down the first 9, pardon me, not the first, he's set down 9 of 10 batters that he has faced here tonight. Burns gets all of that, but that is going to be a foul ball. That one was a moonshot, but couldn't keep it in the park. I guarantee you that one drifted back to Kathleen Street, right behind the stadium here at Hastings. Everyone's back, settled in, and Arias delivers the 3-2. Big swing and a miss from Carson Burns. That's now the 3rd strikeout of the evening for Jose Arias. That'll bring up the Roadrunner left fielder Ashton Patterson. Despite his magnificent speed, his bat has not been able to back his athleticism and his agility up. 22-year-old Guelph Griffin is batting .213 on the season. Shows signs of a bunt, but that pitch finds its way around the bat. 0-1 the count. 2 doubles, 8 RBIs. That's where his speed factors in. 8 stolen bases, and he's scored 14 runs. Not a guy that you're going to see too many long balls from, but he's reliable, he's efficient, and he is athletic. But he is facing an 0-2 count now. Arias gets set and delivers. Fastball outside, 1-2 the count. Good take there from Ashton Patterson. And that's what you see from a lot of these younger Royals hitters, is that veteran presence, that knowledge of knowing the strike zone just so well. Patterson, just like Ethan Hammond and many others here on the Royals roster, a name to look out for in the future. He's going to have a bright career ahead of him. As he faces the 2-2, chops it foul to stay alive. Good presence of mind from Patterson. That one was inside on the hands, and based on the way the home plate umpire has been calling his strike zone tonight, that one would have been called for a strikeout. A good take there from Patterson. Now up to 3-2. Delio walking out a little bit to flip it back to Arias, giving his pitcher just a second to recalibrate, a second to catch his breath. Gets set for the 3-2. Upstairs is the fastball. Ashton Patterson will take the walk, and that'll bring up the top of the lineup, Andy Leader. Leader getting a warm reception here at Hastings. Regardless of his performance last week against the majors, that would have been a good round of applause anyways. But he has been fueled by that fantastic game last Wednesday. 2 doubles and a triple. And already he's on base here in the bottom of the 3rd. That pitch just grazed his leg. So now 2 runners aboard for Connor Morrow. As Frank Sinatra rings out through David E. Hastings Stadium, that can mean only one thing: that Connor Morrow is up to the plate. Already 9 RBIs on the season, looking to rack up a few more here. It's that one, fastball just missing the inside corner, 1-0 the count. A tale of 2 runners out there. Patterson with a big lead, but he's got the speed to get back. Leader not so reliant on his speed. They're going to try and pick off Patterson, but he is back in time. Exactly what I was saying. He can take a bigger lead because he's got that speed to lean on. Andy Leader, he isn't really known for his speed, but he can turn it on when he needs to. But he is taking a more cautious approach, staying a little closer to the bag. Patterson definitely wants to get Arias to throw, almost daring him to, as that one's a fastball down low. 1-1 now the count. Almost trying to bait Patterson into going back to second base, and a rough swing there from Connor Morrow, to say the least. 1-2 now the count on a pitch he really shouldn't have chased. I can understand he's trying to cash in those runs at first and second respectively, but he's got to be a bit smarter, especially with one out already on the board. Takes a swing at that. Make it 4 Ks already for Jose Arias, but if not Morrow, the Royals would want this man up at the plate. J.D. Williams, the 26-year-old center fielder from Toronto. 28 RBIs, 6 home runs. And if that's not going to do the trick, he's already drawn 24 walks this season. He's a patient hitter, but he's also a powerful hitter. As he takes a big hack at that one, gets away from DeLeo, but runners will not try and test the cannon for an arm that Eduardo DeLeo has. Got one of the best pop times in the IBL. He'd make an impressive outfielder with the arm that he has. And speaking of outfield, that one driven to deep right field. J.D. Williams going for 2. That's going to score 1. Leader rounding third. He's going to come in to score, and the Royals are on the board. PA announcer Bruce Parker said it best. That's more like it. J.D. Williams picking up his 29th and 30th RBIs of the season. And it's great to see Williams back in the swing of things. He's had a rough couple of games, especially at home here at Hastings. But with that swing, he has turned the tide, flipped the script on Jose Arias. And your Royals are now leading 2-0. Garrett Takamatsu up to bat. I mean, top to bottom, this is arguably the best lineup the Royals could have put together. As Takamatsu takes a big swing at that, 0-2. You've got your all-stars in Burns and Leader. You've got the heart of the order, so dangerous, of Williams, Takamatsu, Hammond, Garton, Torres. Top to bottom, you got power, you got speed, you got contact, you got reliability. Not to mention Kyle Thomas on the mound to back you up. I want a fastball outside. 1-2 now the count. Good take from Takamatsu. Already 11 walks on the season for him. I say already, this is the penultimate game of the season for the Royals. Their last here at Hastings, for the regular season at least. Both of these teams are set for playoff action. It's just a matter of where they're going to finish. As Arias delivers the 1-2 check swing from Takamatsu. He did go around. That's the call. So the Royals leave J.D. Williams stranded at second base, but the damage is done courtesy of Mr. Left Turns Only Williams himself. A stand-up RBI double puts your Royals ahead 2-0 heading into the top of the fourth. Back here on Guelph Royals TV. Here in the top of the fourth inning, I'm Joshua Alderman on the call. Producer tonight is Jacob Chappelle, and we have got a barn burner here for you at Hastings. Royals leading 2-0 against the visiting Majors. It's the battle for third place in the IBL. The Majors, they have to win out if they want a chance at moving up to second. But to do so, they got to get past this formidable Royals lineup. And with Kyle Thomas on the mound with the way he's been pitching tonight, their work's cut out for them. Big check swing there from Tyler Mosher, the shortstop, pardon me, for the Majors tonight. 1-1 now the count. Kyle Thomas retiring the first, pardon me, I keep wanting to say the first 9 batters he's faced. No, he's set down 9 out of 10 of the first batters he's faced. Tristan Osika drew a walk at the end of the last inning. But 9 out of 10 ain't bad. As Mosher smacks that one into shallow center field. J.D. Williams with the diving catch. Oh man, that is a highlight reel grab. And after so many errors from J.D. Williams at center field, 4 at center field, 4 at third base. Oh, it's just so great to see him get back on track. And that's a catch heard around the IBL. J.D. Williams is a scary, scary man. Already that 2-run double. And now that stellar standout grab. Diving to make the catch like a prime Kevin Pillar. You want to talk about a dark horse pick for MVP, I'll say it. J.D. Williams is my man. He is getting my vote. So that one drops in to left field. That'll be a single for Eduardo De Olio. Got a good breaking ball. Patterson able to get there in time. Cuts the ball off before it was able to really start rolling across the outfield grass here at Hastings. So just a single for De Olio, the first hit of the night for the Majors. And only the second man they've had on base across 3 1/3 innings. And a big swing and a miss there from Caden Cardoso. Arguably the rookie of the year here in the IBL. Check swing there. 1-1 now the count. Cardoso is just lights out. 335, 7 doubles, 8 home runs, 28 RBIs, 15 stolen bases, 53 hits in 40 games played. What more can you ask for? This may be a Royals broadcast, but we got to give Cardoso his flowers. He's tearing the cover off the ball. He's playing like a tenured veteran. And while that might have been a good take against any other pitcher, against Kyle Thomas, the way he paints the corners, that is called a strike. 1-2 now the count. Against anyone else, he might have gotten away with that take, but no luck there, and no luck with that pitch for Kyle Thomas. Didn't get the call he was looking for. Now 2-2 the count. De Olio, the runner at first. Kyle Thomas gets a sign he likes from Franklin Torres. Runner not going. Outside again. Thomas really favoring the outside for almost all the Majors batters he's faced tonight. That seems to be his strategy, especially against a lot of switch hitters. Now a full count, check swing there. Did he go around? No, is the call from the umpiring crew. Fans here at Hastings not liking it. They're letting their voices be heard, but nothing they can do about it. Second walk of the evening for Kyle Thomas. Just the third runner on base for the majors tonight. And that'll bring up center fielder Starling Joseph. Joseph, 26 RBIs this season. He'd love to add on a couple more here, especially with the Royals already up 2-0 in this ball game. Thomas is going to check in on Dalio. Delivers. Joseph smacks that one to shallow center field. That's going to drop. Takes an awkward hop off the outfield grass. Dalio in to score. Cardoso's not going to chance it. So it's an RBI single for Starling Joseph. Picks up his 27th RBI of the season. De Olio comes around to score, and now things are getting interesting. Score now 2-1 in favor of the Royals. If you're the majors, you got runners on the corners. You got one out here in this inning. I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, they would go with this man, Cleveland Brownlee. He's not having the best season statistically, but he's still got plenty of power left in his bat and plenty of gas left in his tank. 14 years with the majors. He is a legend, not just in the IBL, but with London. Now he's looking to do some damage. Turn the tables on the Royals as Kyle Thomas gets set to deliver. Beautiful fastball right up Main Street. 0-2 now the count on Brownlee. Plenty of fans here at Hastings. It is fan appreciation night. Giveaways, contests all night long. And the crowd has really packed the stands here. So that one drifting foul. Josh Garten makes the grab. So now we got runners on the corners and 2 outs for third baseman Victor Plaz. The Royals oh so close to getting out of the jam, but they've got to go through Plaz first. In his second year in the IBL, spent last year with the Barry Bay Cats, batting .289 heading into tonight's contest. 5 doubles, 2 home runs, 21 RBIs, and 5 stolen bases. A startling combination of speed and athleticism. Wasn't able to do anything his first time up. Now, trying to get something going for this struggling Majors offense. Of course, they had to break through there. That single from Starling Joseph, but they really need to get things in gear if they want to get past a pitcher the caliber of Kyle Thomas, as that one's chopped foul. 1-1 now the count. Joseph and Cardoso, the runners on base, they are both speed threats. If a ball were to get away from Franklin Torres, you got to imagine Joseph, he's making a break for second, and if it's bad enough, Cardoso might even try to steal home. Not something we've seen very many times here in the IBL this season. Joseph is going. Franklin Torres with the throw in time. Beautiful coverage from Connor Morrow at the bag. Just a fantastic throw right out of the glove into the hand of Franklin Torres. Picks off Starling Joseph at second, but it is Joseph who scores, brings around the first run of the night for the Majors. Your Guelph Royals still leading 2-1 as we head into the bottom of the fourth. Back here on Guelph Royals TV. I'm Josh Alderman on the call here tonight. Guelph Royals versus the visiting London Majors. The battle for third place in the IBL is on. And your Royals are leading 2-1 here as we head into the bottom of the fourth inning. Ethan Hammond up to bat. He's had a very impressive season so far, but wasn't able to do any damage against Jose Arias his first time up. Now facing an 0-2 count, and that was just a beautiful curveball from Jose Arias. He wasted little time in between his first and second pitches of the inning. First pitch a fastball, that second pitch a really terrifying curveball as Hammond's going to chop that one into shallow left field. That'll get down. So he is on board, no outs. And now the Royals are cranking up the heat. Garden Mania looking to run wild on Jose Arias and the London Majors. He's already got a single in this game. He was the first Royals player to get on board, to get on base against Jose Arias, who has been very fantastic tonight. But now you got the speedy Ethan Hammond, 4 stolen bases so far already on his season, despite not playing since, or despite only starting to play since the 1st of July. That one is going to be caught by Starling Joseph, and everyone here at Hastings, Majors fans, Royals fans, me, I thought that was out of the park. The sound off the bat. Josh Garden hasn't hit a home run since May. He came second in the home run derby during All-Star Week a couple weeks back. Oh, that could have been a highlight reel moment for Josh Garden, but just couldn't get enough of it. A real shame for him. 1 out. Hammond still at first. Franklin Torres now up to bat. The Venezuelan catcher, 27 years old. Already 10 RBIs, looking to make it 11, maybe even 12 here as he takes that pitch inside. 2-0 the count. I'd love to mention that he played in the LA Angels farm system for close to 8 years. He brings affiliated ball experience to the IBL, to the Royals. And he has already made an impact here since arriving in Guelph. Fouls that one back, 2-1 now the count. As the fans starting to rally behind the home side. The Kingdom letting their voices be heard. They're in full throat tonight. As Arias delivers the 2-1. That one a ground ball. Picked up, flip to Osika for 1. Down over to Cardoso for 2. So close. Torres tried to beat it out, but his best just wasn't good enough there. The Majors turn the double play to get out of the jam, but your Royals are still leading 2-1. back here on Guelph Royals TV. I'm Joshua Alderman, and we have got quite the contest here for you tonight here at David E. Hastings Stadium. It's your Guelph Royals taking on the visiting London Majors. It's the battle for third place in the IBL, and your Royals are leading 2-1 here in the top of the fifth. Of course, due to multiple rainouts across the IBL this weekend, this is now a home-and-home series for the Majors and Royals, starting tonight here at Hastings, and then wrapping up the regular season for both teams tomorrow at Labatt Park. Make sure you get your tickets on the Majors website or tune in to their broadcast. As the second pitch to Victor Plaz, chop to Connor Morrow at short, flips it on to Garton at first, and very quickly, one out here in the top of the fifth. Two pitches is all it took to retire Victor Plaz here in the top of the fifth. He's a very impressive hitter, and Kyle Thomas, he's just found his groove. He's really found his rhythm. He's getting into it. And the first pitch to Brad Verhoeven. Big swing and a miss, and he might have fouled that back onto himself. Yeah, you can see Franklin Torres checking in on him. The umpire walking out to the mound with Kyle Thomas to give Verhoeven a second to collect his thoughts, to shake it off, and to get back in it. Yeah, he fouled that one back off his leg, I believe. And the umpire, of course, giving him a couple more seconds to catch his breath. Settling back into the box. Facing an 0-1 count. Kyle Thomas likes the first sign he sees from Torres and delivers. Fastball upstairs, and you can hear the London Majors dugout. They're liking that take. Good stuff from Verhoeven. Verhoeven in his second year with the Majors. That one right up Main Street. A fastball right over top of the plate, and now a 1-2 count. Kyle Thomas already 3 strikeouts this evening. That ball gets away from Torres down in the dirt. Count even up at 2-2. Kyle Thomas gets set. Delivers the 2-2. That one driven on a line right into the glove of shortstop Connor Morrow. 2 up, 2 down go the Majors so far here in the top of the 5th inning. Really, really fantastic stuff from Kyle Thomas tonight. He is in his zone. Thomas now up to 60 pitches. 38 of them have been 39, pardon me, have been strikes. And now a 1-0 count against Tristan Osika. Osika, the very first Majors batter to get on base in this game. A walk back in the 3rd inning. There really haven't been many since. I mean, the evidence is right there. Kyle Thomas is wheeling. He is dealing tonight. And that one is outside. Now a 3-0 count against Osika. Looking to pick up his 5th walk of the season as Thomas gets set. outside, and despite Franklin Torres' best efforts to frame that one as in the zone, just couldn't get the call that he and the Royals were looking for. So Osika will head down to first base with his second walk of the night, which will bring us back around to the top of the order. Left fielder Gibson Krasminski. Switch hitter in his second year with the majors. 6 doubles, 2 home runs, 21 RBIs. He'd love to add on to any of those stats. With a runner on base, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. They'll take that one, a fastball outside, 0-1. Kyle Thomas is a very unique pitcher in that he's technical, he can paint the corners with ease, but he also throws just scary, scary heat. His fastball is something to behold. And a big swing and a miss there from Krasminski brings the count up to 0-2. Thomas looking to pick up his 4th strikeout of the evening. He likes the sign he sees, gets set, delivers. That one just a bit low. Fastball on the outside bottom corner. Tried to get Krasminski swinging, but Majors left fielder did not take the bait. Now the fans starting to come to life, starting to rally behind Kyle Thomas as he gets set. Runner not going. That one in the zone right over top of the plate, but it is called a ball. Questionable call there, but again, there's a reason that umpires are down on the field and I'm up here in the broadcast booth. They're getting paid to do their job and they do it well. It's a 2-2 count against Gibson Krasminski. Thomas delivers inside. And I said it before, it's something that Osika did in the top of the 3rd, and now Krasminski here. They really sell pitches. That's something a lot of Majors players do. You can't deny the hustle. You can't deny the effort that they're putting in. It's good presence of mind from the Majors batters to try and sell everything. And that one's going to drop into left field. Osika rounds second base, but doubles back. So it will be a single for Krasminski. Still 2 outs. But now runners on first and second for the shortstop, Tyler Mosher. We're going to get our first mound visit of the evening for the Royals. With the way Thomas has been pitching, he hasn't needed this, but the pep talk from Dino Ramel is something that he could use right about now. Talking things over. No one's up in the Royals bullpen. We can see a couple players kind of walking around, not quite throwing yet, but warming up nonetheless. In the Majors bullpen, with the way Jose Arias has been pitching, he could easily go 7.5 innings. Despite giving up those 2 runs, he has been lights out. I'd be surprised to see the Majors put anyone in, and yeah, no one's up for the Royals. It's easy to see why, as Thomas, his first pitch to Mosher will be called a ball. Another one that was on the corner, could have gone either way. It was a close call. Osika and Krasminski are the runners at second and first, respectively, and a big swing and a miss there from Mosher. Evens the count up at 1-1. Thomas seeking what seems to be an elusive 4th strikeout of the contest. He's had multiple opportunities, but has not been able to record that punch out. And they're going to try and pick off Osika. The ball is dropped by Connor Morrow in transition. They would have had Osika with a ways to go, but Morrow just couldn't hold on to the ball. But it was a swing and a miss. It is a 1-2 count. So the Royals still a chance to get out of the jam. Runners not going, and a big swing and a miss from Tyler Mosher. 4th strikeout of the contest for Kyle Thomas. He is pumping his fist. He is back in his zone. So 2 runners left stranded by the majors. Your Royals still leading 2-1. Stay tuned to Guelph Royals TV. Back here on Guelph Royals TV. Carson Burns leading things off for your Guelph Royals. They are leading 2-1 against the visiting majors. Jose Arias will stay in the game despite some pitchers up and roaming around in the majors bullpen. He's going to stick around for a while yet. 1-0 count. Arias right back at it. Fastball down the middle. 1-1 now the count. This is the last home game for your Guelph Royals in the regular season. The penultimate game for them. And, of course, tomorrow night, the end of the home and home. It's these 2 teams going right back at it at Labatt Park in London. Get your tickets on the Majors website. And, of course, if you can't make it in person, tune into the broadcast. Noah and Dylan will put on a great show, as they always do. Carson Burns goes down on strikes. Some dubious calls there, but really good framing from Eduardo De Olio, placing his glove in the zone, getting the calls that the majors need at this stage of the game. Good work for them. The fans not liking the calls, but hey, you can't knock the hustle. Good stuff from them. It's all part of the game. It's all legal. They're taking advantage of it. Arias right back at it. 1-0 count against Ashton Patterson. It's chopped to Caden Cardoso. He'll take it himself to the bag. And very quickly, 2 batters have been retired here in the bottom of the 5th inning. But with Patterson sent back to the dugout, that will bring up the lead-off man, Andy Leader. A 3-time All-Star with the Kitchener Panthers. He's bringing that award-winning pedigree to Guelph. Curveball just inside the inside corner. bottom corner, I should say. 0-1 the count. Arias wasting little time. Fouled back by Andy Leader, now 0-2. But yeah, Jose Arias, that's something you kind of see from Jacob Cush, occasionally from Kyle Thomas, to make a comparison to the Royals. But yeah, Jose Arias, he started off the game a little slower. He took his time in between pitches, and now that his fastball is working for him, his curveball is absolutely devastating. And yeah, it's a matter of 2-3 seconds in between pitches for him. Scary stuff, but there are a few pitchers up and roaming around in the Majors bullpen. We can see a little bit of activity for the Royals as well. Kyle Thomas should go another inning or two. Same with Arias. Their pitch counts are getting up there, and with the playoffs coming up, I mean, you don't want to test your bullpen. You don't want to put too many guys in there, but you also don't want to tire out your best starting pitchers. That's a question that needs to be answered by Dino Ramel and by Roop Chandradat. As Leader gets all of that one, drifting back is Starling Joseph. He cannot get to it in time. Leader likes what he sees. He rounds second. He's heading for third. He could probably go for home if he likes, but he'll settle for a stand-up, 2-out triple. If there was ever any doubt if the Andy Leader of old was back, by God, he is back. His third triple of the season. And that will be maybe the turning point that Andy Leader needs in this game. He's had a slow start. Grounded out his first time up. But now he is right back at it. He scored his second time around, and now a triple. 2 outs will bring up Connor Morrow. The Royals now with 3 triples on the season. All 3 of them coming from Andy Leader. That's going to move them into 8th place in the IBL in that category. Pardon me, 7th. Arias gets set, delivers. Connor Morrow drives that one into left field, but right into the glove of Gibson Krasminski. Andy Leader, though, have yourself a night, a stand-up triple. He could have gone for home if he wanted to, but the Royals do leave him stranded at third. They are still in the lead, 2-1, as we head into the top of the 6th inning. back here at David E. Hastings Stadium. This is Guelph Royals TV. I'm Joshua Alderman, and this is the London Majors versus your Guelph Royals. Royals are leading 2-1. There may not be any love in Oklahoma, but there is certainly love for Reese Montgomery, the new pitcher in the game, after a call to the bullpen for the Royals, sponsored by Lucky Belly. Montgomery, just 21 years old. Lefty from Mississauga, applies his trade for the Guelph Griffins right here in the Royal City. A 4.59 ERA, 20 Ks, 10 walks across 31 innings pitched, 3 losses to his name. Not the best season statistically, but this young gun can go with the best of them. Dino Ramel, not the most popular choice, but arguably the best choice to take Kyle Thomas out of the game after just 5 innings of work. Pitch count up to 76 pitches, 47 of them were strikes, as that one's going to drop in shallow right field. Andy Leader gets to it in time, but it is going to be a lead-off single for Eduardo DeOlio. Kyle Thomas, he's been a starting pitcher. He's been a reliever this season. He's come out of the bullpen in save situations. He's really been the pitching version of a Swiss Army knife for the Royals this season. He's done it all. He's played every role to perfection. So obviously, Dino Ramel looking to rest him up, maybe for some relief action tomorrow in London, or to just save his best stuff for the playoffs. Like I said, not the most popular choice, but arguably the smartest choice that he could have made, as Montgomery has now worked himself into a 1-1 count against the consummate favorite for Rookie of the Year, Caden Cardoso. DeOlio, the runner at first, not going. Big swing and a miss from Cardoso. He tried to sell it as a check swing, but yeah, there was small chance of him getting that call of a ball. Now a 1-2 count, no outs, runner on first for Cardoso. Montgomery gets set up, and Caden Cardoso gets all of that one, but not enough to carry it out of the park. Instead, it sails right into the waiting glove of Andy Leader. One batter retired. DeOlio still down there at first base, and that'll bring up Starling Joseph. Starling Joseph had that RBI single back in the top of the 4th. That's really been the only spark of life that we've seen from this Majors offense. That one in on the hands. Joseph just got away from it, narrowly close to catching him right on the knuckle. That was the left hand. So Montgomery gets set, checks on DeOlio, and delivers. Two-seamer in the zone, 1-1 now the count. Starling Joseph, 27 RBIs this season. Already has one tonight, the aforementioned single in the 3rd. Big swing and a miss there. 1-2 now the count. Montgomery gets a sign he likes from Torres. He's going to check in on DeOlio. And delivers. Chopper on the ground. Takamatsu flips to Burns on to first base. Not in time. So the Royals get the leadoff runner That is Deolio, but Starling Joseph using his speed to beat out the throw to Garten at first. It seemed textbook. Takamatsu down at third, flips to Burns at second, but the throw to Garten at first, just not in time. Starling Joseph does have pretty impressive speed, 9 stolen bases. He's not a guy you want to see on the base path if you're a Royals fan. But with 2 outs, he's likely not going to try anything. As Montgomery gets set and delivers. Two-seamer upstairs, 1-0 now the count against Cleveland Brownlee. A London legend, 14 years with the majors. As he's going to pop that one up, he's shouting frustration, shouting out his frustration as Connor Morrow drifts back, makes the catch. The majors are retired. They leave a runner on as we head in to the bottom of the 6th inning. Royals still leading 2-1. Welcome back to Guelph Royals TV. I'm Joshua Alderman, and you're watching your Guelph Royals take on the visiting London Majors. It's the battle for third place in the IBL, and your Royals are leading 2-1 as J.D. Williams steps to the plate against Jose Arias. Arias has thrown 71 pitches so far, 43 of which have been strikes. And this game is really, I mean, despite the runs scored, despite the hits, the walks, and whatnot, this game has really gotten down to a pitcher's battle. These two teams have some of the best pitching in the league. You look at London, 221 runs allowed, that's 4th in the league. 404 hits allowed, that's 6th in the league. So not too good in those categories as Williams takes a big hack at that, 1-1 the count. But in terms of walks given up and strikeouts, they're at 135, 386. That's good enough for 3rd and 2nd respectively in those categories. But then you look up a little higher. That one inside, 2-1 on Williams. So yeah, the London Majors, their starters, their bullpen have had issues with giving up runs, with giving up hits. They've had a lot better control in terms of giving up walks and struck out 386, like I said. That gives them 2nd place in the IBL in that category. But then you look at runs, earned runs, hits, and strikeouts, and 1st place in all of those categories belongs to your Guelph Royals with inarguably the best pitching staff in the league. Starters, bullpen combined, they've only allowed 163 runs across this season, 126 earned, 274 hits heading into tonight's contest, and 400 and 12 strikeouts. They lead the league once again in all of those categories. As J.D. Williams is going to take that one for a walk. So a runner on board, no outs for Garrett Takamatsu. Takamatsu batting cleanup tonight, and he is playing at third base. I mentioned off the top of the broadcast, he's usually down at first or second. We rarely see him out at third, but he is a natural infielder. So a wise decision from Dino Ramel to send Talk down to third base for tonight's contest, just to assemble this murderer's row of top to bottom impressive big name players for the Royals tonight. Takamatsu takes that first pitch down and away, but it is called a strike. 0-1 the count. Williams, he's Mr. Left Turns only for a reason. 14 stolen bases, looking to make it 15. He gets down, and he is safe. 1-1 count on Takamatsu still. J.D. Williams getting the love from the Royals Kingdom. Really fantastic stuff from him. His speed and his athleticism are unmatched in the IBL. And I mentioned earlier, he's already got that 2 RBI double. He had that highlight reel catch. He's a dark horse pick for MVP. You look at his stats, 336 batting average heading into tonight's contest, 25 walks, 6 home runs, 30 RBIs, and now 15 stolen bases. He's near the top in all of those categories. And he's the runner at second base, still no outs. Takamatsu facing a 1-2 count. Jose Arias remains in the game. That ball gets away from Eduardo de Olio. J.D. Williams will advance up to third. So a 2-2 count. Now a runner on third base for your Royals. If they were looking for a time to bring the fight to Arias, to put more runs up on the board, to get a dominant pitcher out of the game, this is the spot to do so. Takamatsu facing a 2-2 count. Ethan Hammond waiting in the on-deck circle. Arias gets set, checks in on Williams, and delivers outside. And now a full count on Takamatsu. And an unorthodox chant starting to gain some momentum here at Hastings. Fans are starting to cheer for ball 4. The Royals Kingdom in full voice tonight. The last home game of the season, as Takamatsu's going to smack that one in to shallow center fielder. Williams in to score. Takamatsu will be held at first, but the damage is done. An RBI single for Garrett Takamatsu, and your Royals are now leading 3-1.
Number 28, Ethan Hammond.
There is activity in the Majors bullpen. You got to imagine they'll let Arias get through this inning, and with an arm like his, they'll want to save him for the playoffs. They're not going to want him to exert himself too much. Already over 80 pitches in this game. More than half are strikes, but he could be considered the ace for these majors. A talent his caliber, you want to save him, save his best for the playoffs. I can see him getting through this inning, but Roop Chandradat might have to put in someone else if he wants to keep Jose Arias refreshed in the zone. Hammond now facing a 2-0 count, runner on first, and still no outs. Waiting in the on-deck circle is the friendly giant, Josh Garton. He's had a couple great swings tonight, so close to picking up his first home run since May. We'll see what he can do. As Hammond, just a fantastic take there. He's such a patient hitter, and just 22 years old. He's got a veteran's mindset when it comes to analyzing the strike zone, watching that pitch as soon as it leaves the pitcher's hand, just keeping an eye on it. He's just got a fantastic knowledge of the strike zone as a whole. That one is called a strike. The fans here at Hastings, they are not liking that call. That was low, but hey, it's not my place to say anything. There's a reason the umpires are down there on the field getting paid to do their jobs, and there's a reason I'm up here in the booth. A full count as Hammond fouls it back to stay alive. Startling more than a few fans here at Hastings and shaking up our home plate camera. Ethan Hammond, 6 doubles, 11 RBIs, 17 walks so far this season. Now facing a full count. Takes it low. That one was almost in the dirt. He's not liking that call. The fans aren't liking that call, and you can't call me the biggest fan of that call, but umpire might have seen something that we didn't, that the fans didn't. That's why that call was made, but disappointed faces in the stands. Now, looks of elation when they realize that the mountain of muscle, Josh Garton, is up to bat. Josh Garton already has a single in this one. The Guelph native, 7 home runs, 27 RBIs. But he also has 40 strikeouts. If there ever was a time for him to find his groove again, it's now. The Royals are in the hunt, ever so close to snatching third place in the IBL from these very same London majors who are fighting just to stay alive, to even push for second. The playoff push for both of these teams, it ends against the opposition as Garden takes a big hack at that one, 1-2. Like I said before, it's a home and home to end the season. Game here at Hastings tonight, and then in London tomorrow night. These two teams going head to head, all on the line. It all comes down to this. But let's focus on the present. We got Takamatsu at first, 1 out, and a 1-2 count against Garton. That one in the dirt, no doubt that it was a ball there. 2-2 now the count. DeOlio doing a good job to trap that one. Takamatsu isn't the speediest guy in the IBL, but he's got impressive wheels. He has a cautious lead down there at first. Trying to stay out of the double play as the 2-2 delivered to Garton. That one inside on the hands. And now a full count. This is where Garton's got to be careful. No matter what pitch he sees, fastball of any kind, a breaking ball, sliders, curveballs, you name it. If he thinks it's in the zone, he's going to try and swing at it. He's really psyched himself out, but maybe this is the time. This is the opportunity. As Arias delivers the 3-2, outside. Fantastic take from Josh Garton. Showing patience that he really hasn't been showing in so long. And Now a single and a walk for him tonight. Great stuff from Garten. And now we're going to get a mound visit. Not a call to the bullpen just yet, but a simple mound visit to reassure Arias.
0567. Take to the front gate. You just won $257.50. Again, 130567.
So it is Takamatsu and Garten at second and first respectively. Josh Garten, despite his size, is elusively speedy. Already 8 stolen bases this season.
The catcher, number 44, Franklin
So if
Torres.
Takamatsu makes a break for third, you can imagine Josh Garten will be hot on his heels, heading for second. Up to bat now, the 7-hole hitter, catcher Franklin Torres, the Venezuelan. Former LA Angels prospect. 10 RBIs on the season so far, 3 doubles and 8 walks. He'll look to add on to any of those categories here as he fouls that first pitch back. 0-1 the count, pardon me. Arias gets set, checks in on Takamatsu over at second. Runners are not going, and Arias delivers. That one driven into right field by Torres. That is going to drop. And we are going to have bases loaded with just 1 out. That ball got away from Caden Cardoso at first. The throwback in from Brad Verhoeven. No luck there.
Number 7, Carson Burns.
They say diamonds are made under pressure. It's time to see if Carson Burns can shine under the bright lights at Hastings. Burns, a 2-time All-Star with the Barrie Baycats. 1 home run, 4 RBIs, 5 hits in 6 games heading into tonight's contest. He's got his work cut out for him. Takes that first pitch low, but it is called a strike. A fastball on that bottom inside corner. 0-1 the count. Right back at it. That one upstairs, 1-1. Victor Plaz and Caden Cardoso are playing in, almost on the infield grass, while Mosher and Osika are playing more towards the outfield. Burns is going to smack that one into center field. It will be caught by Starling Joseph. Takamatsu makes a break for home, and he will get in safely. So the sac fly for Carson Burns makes things now 4-1 for your Guelph Royals.
Number 50, Ashton.
Obviously not the outcome that Carson Burns probably had in mind when he went up to bat, but hey, that will do. That is more than good enough for these Royals. They have lost 3 of 4 contests against the majors heading into tonight's game. And they really need a break if they're going to try and push for 3rd place. 2 outs. Garden at second. Torres at first. And the Roadrunner Ashton Patterson up at the plate. Anything into the outfield will likely score Garden. And a good take there from the youngster. 1-1 now the count. Patterson, no stranger to Guelph baseball. Applies his trade with the Guelph Griffins of the OUA. The Kitchener native has 8 RBIs, 2 doubles, 8 stolen bases, and he's scored 14 runs himself. heading into tonight's contest. As he takes that one, another fastball upstairs, 2-1 now the count. As the fans start to come alive once more, the Kingdom in full voice tonight, showing their support for the home side. Another good take from Patterson, but the call just didn't go his way. 2-2 now the count. Torres more conservative with his lead, as opposed to Josh Garton, who is a short cab ride away from second base, but he's got the speed to make up for it. Takes that one inside. Should have been called ball 3, but alas, 'twas not to be. Punch out. Numero 6 for Jose Arias. But the Royals, they do their damage. 2 runs scored. 4-1 now the score for your Royals. Stay tuned to Royals TV because the action is just getting started.
Hardline drive up the middle. Whoa! Lindor out of nowhere. How did he do that?
That Lindor can play. I don't know about that hair. And don't get me started on those gloves.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
It's time for a revolution. The Ref 1X by Rollins.
Back here on Guelph Royals TV, I'm Joshua Alderman, and I will do my best to bring you through this very, very exciting contest between the home side, your Guelph Royals, and the visiting London Majors. It's 4-1 for your Royals, heading into the top of the 7th. Well, they say there ain't no love in Oklahoma, but there is certainly a lot of love here in the Royal City for this young man on the mound, Reese Montgomery. He has very quickly become a fan favorite, and despite not having his best season statistically, the fans see that he gives it his all night in and night out. And they reward him with their applause, with their cheers, with their support. And very quickly, it's an 0-1 count here against Victor Plaz, third baseman for the Majors. Hasn't been able to get on base yet tonight. And Montgomery looking to shut the door. Big swing and a miss there. And quickly, 0-2 the count. Montgomery, one of many Guelph Griffins on this Royals roster, delivers a fastball to the bottom outside corner. Just couldn't get the call he was looking for. It was a good take by Victor Plaz in his second year in the IBL. He's going to chop that one on the ground to third. Takamatsu flips it onto Garton at first. And very quickly, one out here in the top of the 7th. Well, the weather may have really cooled off here in Guelph, down to about 13 degrees Celsius. But this game is really starting to heat up now. The Royals pitching the best in the league. They lead the league in practically every pitching stat category. But you don't need to be a stat nerd to know that up and down the Royals lineup, the Royals roster, this bullpen, this starting rotation is unlike any other. They've got class, they know it, and they show it night in and night out. Reese Montgomery has now worked himself up to a 1-1 count against Brad Verhoeven. Fastball down in the dirt, now 2-1. Verhoeven is going to call for time. Take a second to collect his thoughts. Likely trying to adjust to Reese Montgomery's pitching style after having to face off against Kyle Thomas for the better part of the game so far. That one, another fastball and outside yet again. 3-1 now the count. Verhoeven in his second year with the majors, 3 doubles, 11 RBIs, 5 walks. Those are his top season stats this season. He's going to foul that one back. Now a full count against Verhoeven. Reese Montgomery, like I said before, isn't having the best season statistically. 4.59 ERA, 3 losses, 10 walks across 31 innings pitched, but he's also got 20 strikeouts. He's a really promising young player, and of course, as soon as I say that, throws a fastball right down the middle. It's hit for a single by Verhoeven. It's always great to know that the IBL announcer's curse is still alive and well, as Verhoeven is on board with 1 out, and that will bring up the former Hamilton Cardinal Tristan Osika in his 4th year in the IBL. 2 doubles, 1 home run, 6 RBIs, and 3 walks on his season so far. Looking to add on to any of those categories here. Majors down by 3. They're going to need to spark something to get their offense alive, but the pitching, the 1-2 punch combo of Kyle Thomas and Reese Montgomery has really shut down one of the better offenses in the IBL in the majors. That one gets away from Franklin Torres. Verhoeven will head up to second. He's not going to go for third. He made a pretty big turn around second, like he was going to go for it. But he's going to stop at second base. So that ball gets away from Franklin Torres. Not something that you usually see. Despite, you know, a small sample size, he's only been with the Royals for a few weeks, but Franklin Torres, that's not really an error, a mistake that you see him make that often. A look to rebound, makes a good catch and a good frame there to bring the ball back into the zone and get it called for a strike. 1-1 now the count against Osika. 1 out, runner at second. Verhoeven already 1 stolen base heading into tonight's contest. Made it 2 here tonight. Osika feigns bunt. It is going to bring the count up to 2-1. They tried to pick off Verhoeven. He got back just in time. Connor Morrow covering the bag at second. Franklin Torres, just a perfectly timed throw, but just not enough. Verhoeven, subtle speed. He's not going to go. Osika tips that one foul. And it looks like that might have clipped Franklin Torres south of the equator. He's shaking it off, looking to get back into it. Home plate umpire doing the best he can to buy Torres some time to shake things off. But that was a foul tip, so it will bring things up to 2-2 against Osika. Montgomery gets set and delivers. Fastball outside. A full count against Tristan Osika. One of a few switch hitters on this Majors lineup. Looking to get something going for their offense as Montgomery wing gets that one just inside. He was trying to almost curve it at the end of his delivery, like he knew something wasn't right there, but it is another walk for Osika, his third of the night. That's going to bring up the top of the order. Gibson Krasminski. Another switch hitter, just as I was saying. The Royals looking to turn the double play. Infield is playing in. Trying for the bunt. That one into the grass. Montgomery flips onto first, so at least the Royals get one. 2 outs now, but now 2 runners on for the shortstop, Tyler Mosher. Mosher, yet another switch hitter in this Majors lineup. Plays for the Davenport University Panthers. 3 doubles, 5 RBIs, and 12 walks on his season so far. Reese Montgomery's first pitch to him, just outside, 1-0 the count. Verhoeven's got a pretty hefty lead at third. But of course Montgomery's back is to him, so he can try and get as much of a lead as he would like. That one a curveball inside, 1-1 the count. 2 outs, runners at third and second for the Majors. Fastball just outside. Franklin Torres doing his best to recover to bring that ball back in. That was close to the dirt. Could have been called a strike if he was able to recover it. 2-1, Montgomery checks on the runners. Gets set and delivers. Oh! And that one plunked Mosher right on the shoulder. Closer to the upper back even. And that is really not good for the Royals. And it's going to be Franklin Torres heading out for a pep talk with his pitcher. Josh Garton over at first, rubbing Mosher's back better, trying to help him recover. That's going to bring up catcher Eduardo De Olio. He singled off of Reese Montgomery his last time up. Umpire comes over. That's going to be end of the mound visit for the Royals. Hopefully the pep talk that Reese Montgomery needed to just get out of the jam. And now Dino Ramella to have a talk of his own with Montgomery. Not something you typically see, back-to-back mound visits. More of a chat with Franklin Torres. This one will definitely be considered a mound visit. He is just going to call it. That's the end of Reese Montgomery's night. And what have we here? Jacob Cush is heading out to the mound. The fans are absolutely loving it. A surprise here. Cush is usually a starter, with Kyle Thomas coming in as his backup reliever. And Wow, I'm just as surprised as these fans are. This is completely and entirely unexpected. We saw pitchers warming up, a couple of them for the Royals, but then Dino Ramel called him in, called him back to the bullpen. It looks like they were going to let Reese Montgomery go a little longer, but now that the bases are loaded, they are going back to Jacob Cush. Wow, that was entirely unexpected. He's not usually a reliever. He is a starter through and through. He is the Royals' ace. And he has now come in a relief outing here in the top of the 7th. And you want to look at his stats. The 25-year-old Guelph native played for Trois-Rivières in the Frontier League last season, but now back in his hometown here in the Royal City. And you look at stats, he's near the top of the league in almost every category in terms of pitching. He leads the league with the best ERA in the IBL, 1.52, and across 65 innings pitched, he's got 5 wins and 75 strikeouts. If this contest couldn't be more interesting already, something entirely unexpected. Jacob Cush gets the call, and he will now come in as a reliever. And this is completely turning the tables on what we usually see. You'll get Jacob Cush starting, and then maybe 6th, 7th inning, Kyle Thomas, and he'll take it the rest of the way. But wow. Jacob Cush comes in as a reliever with the bases loaded, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Your Royals are leading 4-1, and so many playoff implications for this contest. That one, a fastball outside. Good spot from Franklin Torres. Read the pitch right out of Cush's glove. Got over, smothered the ball before it got away from him. As Eduardo De Olio back up to bat. Cush gets set and delivers. Another fastball and outside yet again. Two and 0 count on De Olio. Bases are loaded. Cush gets set and delivers. Again, just outside. 3 and 0 now the count on De Olio. 5 home runs, 30 RBIs, 11 doubles for De Olio. One of the best catchers in the league through and through. But Cush has got to bring his best. Picks up an important strike there. And now, what he was looking to do from the very start, paint that outside bottom corner. He's able to get it done with another scary, scary fastball. The 3-1. Cush likes the first sign he sees. Gets set and delivers. De Olio fouls it back, and now a full count. A chance for the Royals to get out of the jam. Bases are loaded. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. If this matchup didn't need any more riding on it, Jacob Cush, right up Main Street, a fastball over top of the plate. That was right in the middle of the zone, but it's called a ball. It's a walk. So Verhoeven will come around to score. 4-2 now the score. Royals still in the lead, but bases are still loaded, and this is a Royals fan's worst nightmare. Bases loaded with Caden Cardoso up at the plate. Luckily, they got a hero. Someone to put out this fire in the form of Jacob Cush. A 1-0 count now. He's got arguably the nastiest fastball in the IBL. And he is just, oh, so technical. And he gets the swing and the miss from Caden Cardoso there. 1-1 now the count. Cush checks in on the runners, gets set, and delivers another swing and a miss. 1-2 and a chance for the Royals to get out of the jam with only minimal damage done. You got to imagine Jacob Cush will go the rest of the game, barring any explosions of offense from the majors. And this is a start. This is a chance for him to start his night off right. Cush gets set, the 1-2. Big swing and a miss. You might as well be working for Guelph's fire department because he just got the Royals at what could have been just an absolutely horrible situation. Cush comes in, puts out the fire, but the Royals do give up a run. It's 4-2 as we head in to the bottom of the 7th. Back here on Guelph Royals TV, I'm Joshua Alderman. And wow, this matchup just got turned up to the next level. It got cranked up to 11. Your Royals are leading 4-2 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. New pitcher on the mound to face Andy Leader and your Guelph Royals. That is Braden Farrington. In his 10th season with the London Majors. Heading into tonight's contest, he's got a .332 ERA, 3 wins, 1 loss, and across 21.2 innings pitched, he's had 12 strikeouts and only given up 3 walks. But providing a stern test to him will be Andy Leader. He's been on base a couple times tonight, and after last Wednesday's game, he's looking to turn his season around. Obviously not having the worst season ever, .236 average heading into tonight's contest. 2 home runs, 13 RBIs, 3 triples. He picked up another one just a couple innings back. But obviously, out of a 3-time All-Star, you know he's hoping for more for himself. As he now faces a 2-1 count. Outside, and now already 3-1. Andy Leader, just 26 years old, the Kitchener native. He's been swinging a hot bat these last few games. And a good veteran take there from Leader. As he gets the walk, he'll be on board. As Connor Morrow steps up to the plate. When you hear Frank Sinatra at Hastings, there is only one thing it could mean. Connor Morrow stepping up to the plate. .27 years old. Gonna try the bunt, but it is foul. Andy Leader got to second, had to turn around, and is now jogging right back over to first. So it's clear what the plan is for the Royals. Just advance the runners. Any runners that get on base, just advance them. Keep them moving. Keep the runs coming. Farrington delivers. He's going to try the bunt again, but that one was a fastball way, way high. Dalio did a good job of getting to it. And now, a 1-1 count. Connor Morrow, 2 doubles, 9 RBIs, 1 home run this season. Said it before, I'll say it again. He's looking to add on to any one of those categories here in the latter half of this game. Good swing, but right on a line to Tyler Mosher. Barely had to move his feet out there at short. So just one out, runner at first, and J.D. Williams up to bat. He got things started for the Royals back in the bottom of the third. A 2 RBI double. I've said it plenty of times on this broadcast. He's an outside pick for MVPs. Based on his season, he's just been Mr. Reliable. He's Mr. Left Turns only for a reason. And he had that spectacular diving catch just a few innings ago. Now facing an 0-1 count as Braden Farrington starts to settle in on the mound. Checks in on Leader. Farrington delivers that one, a fastball down low, just outside, so 1-1 the count. Williams played in the Cincinnati Reds farm system for close to 4 years. He's got affiliated experience. He knows what it takes to perform at the highest level. And at 26 years old, he's already a cornerstone, a household name here in Guelph Royals. Here with the Guelph Royals, I should say. 2-1 count. Farrington checks on Leader at first. They're going to try and pick him off. That was less of a pick-off attempt and more of almost like a warning throw. Just like a, hey, we know you're there. Settle down. Bring your lead in a little. And then we'll talk. So Williams going to chop that one on the ground. They're going to get Leader as Osika makes the diving grab there. But one is all they will get is J.D. Williams off the fielder's choice. Will be the runner at first for Garrett Takamatsu. It really did look like Andy Leader beat out the throw to Osika at second, but That was a close one. So now 2 outs. The speedy J.D. Williams at first. First pitch that Takamatsu sees is going to be fouled back. 0-1 count. J.D. Williams. 15 stolen bases so far this season. He'd really love to add on another here. So he gets set. Pretty healthy lead over at first. They're going to, I would say try and pick him off, but it's the exact same kind of warning throw. Like, hey, bring it in. We're keeping an eye on you. Don't try anything. The 0-1 count. Farrington delivers that one down low. As Takamatsu gets settled in. Farrington delivers. Takamatsu fouls it back, stays alive. But now a 1-2 count. 2 outs. Williams at first. Takamatsu leads this team in RBIs, and he'd love to add on another one here. J.D. Williams is going that pitch outside, and Williams picks up steal number 16 on the season. 2-2 count, 2 outs, a runner at second here at the bottom of the 7th. After a second's delay, Takamatsu back in the batter's box, and Farrington gets set to deliver. Fouls that one back to stay alive. That one driven into right field. Not going to get to it in time is Verhoeven. J.D. Williams will come around to score. Your Royals now lead 5-2.
Number 28, Ethan Hammond.
So Takamatsu with the RBI single. Royals now leading 5-2. That's going to bring up designated hitter Ethan Hammond. Takes that first pitch outside. 0-1. Farrington delivers again. Another fastball, this time outside. 1-1 the count. Ethan Hammond, one of the most patient hitters in the IBL. 17 strikeouts. Pardon me, 17 walks this season. Most of his at-bats go to full counts. And he is just 22 years old. He's got a lot of pop in his bat, but he's also very patient, got a veteran's mindset at the plate. He's going to send that 2-1 pitch sky high, but Verhoeven will get to it in time. But the Royals score one thanks to Garrett Takamatsu. Your Royals are leading 5-2 as we head into the 8th inning. Stay tuned to Royals TV. Back here on Guelph Royals TV. Royals. Your Royals are in the lead, 5-2 over the visiting London Majors. We are going to get a pinch runner down there at first base. What number? 95. And it does look like that is going to be Charlie Bowman in his second year with the London Majors. .286 batting average. He scored 3 runs. And immediately a big, big lead down there at first base. Nothing comes of it as Franklin Torres thought about the pickoff attempt, but the lead was all for naught. It's Cleveland Brownlee facing a 1-0 count here. That one right in the zone, but no call there. 2-0 the count. Jacob Cush, the surprise reliever, on the mound, wheeling and dealing. That one chopped on the ground. Connor Morrow tried his best to get a glove on it, but unable to. J.D. Williams makes the recovery in center field, but not in time. So it is a single for Cleveland Brownlee. Will advance. The pinch runner, I should say, Charlie Bowman, and we're going to get another pinch runner. So Cleveland Brownlee out of the game. Starling Joseph also out of the game. Bowman taking Joseph's place, probably going to stay out in center field. And now the pinch runner for Cleveland Brownlee. There is a pinch runner on first base. Nothing count against Victor Plaz. And that is Champ Garner down at first base as the runner. That one called a strike, no doubt about it. Beautiful, beautiful fastball from Jacob Cush. That is Champ Garner, an outfielder in the DH spot now. Two very, very speedy runners on the base path for the majors now. As they are down by 3, your Royals are still leading 5-2. But now Victor Plaz facing an 0-2 count. Fans rallying behind Jacob Cush, the Kingdom letting their voices be heard. And now a disengagement. I believe it was Victor Plaz who asked for the time. He's going to take a second, collect his thoughts, maybe try and throw Cush off his game. Because Jacob Cush is one of those pitchers that just likes to go, go, go. And he certainly has got his fastball going tonight. Nasty, nasty stuff. As he picks up his first strikeout of the night, sending Victor Plaz back to the bench. 1 out, runners on the corners for right fielder Brad Verhoeven. Champ Garner, 4 stolen bases. He's got a pretty hefty lead down there at first base. As Cush delivers the first pitch, a fastball in the dirt. 1-0 the count. Saw Bowman has certainly got the speed. He's a threat for anything that drops even into shallow outfield territory. And Brad Verhoeven was certainly looking to get, at the very least, something into the outfield. Big swing and a miss there. Evens the count up at 1-1. Jacob Cush really in his element. He's in his zone tonight. Likes the first sign he sees and delivers another swing and a miss off that fastball. What more needs to be said? So much heat, so much velocity straight out of the hand of Jacob Cush. Verhoeven gets settled. Now a time called. And the fans not liking the decision by Verhoeven to take a second to collect his thoughts to try and throw Jacob Cush off his game. London's a team for mind games, as Verhoeven fouls that one back to stay alive. Verhoeven has worked himself into a 1-2 count with just one out. But Jacob Cush, he is throwing heat tonight. So he gets set and delivers. Big swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jacob Cush. He is the Royals ace. He is a top 3 pitcher in the IBL. And let's face it, he is not 2, he is not 3. Jacob Cush, just a phenomenal outing. Complete surprise to the crowd, to everyone here at Hastings, myself included. Cush is usually a starter for the Royals, but he is performing like a starter here in a relief outing. First pitch to Osika, fastball just missed the corner with that one. 1-0 the count. Garner and Bowman, the runners at first and third respectively. Cush wastes little time, right back at it. A fastball in on the hands. Still no dice. The infield, aside from Josh Garton at first, is playing out more, trying to knock any balls down, trying to keep things in the infield and just get out of this jam. Cush just throws a vicious fastball right down the middle, gets a big swing from Osika. 2-1 count. Second base is wide open if Garner were to go, but he's not going. Big swing and a miss again from Tristan Osika. Jacob Cush is delivering tonight. Phenomenal stuff. His breaking ball is lethal, but it's that fastball that he keeps going back to. That is just otherworldly. And now the Royals Kingdom letting their voices be heard. The 2-2 just outside. A full count against Osika. 2 outs, runners on the corners here in the top of the 8th. The Royals Kingdom in full throat tonight. Fans packing David E. Hastings Stadium for Fan Appreciation Night as Cush gets set and delivers, fouled back. Osika stays alive for the time being. Garner was going. Just trying to stay out of anything that would be sent into the outfield. Trying to get going. As Cush delivers again. Fouled back once more. He stays alive. The Majors, they really need a break. Their offense needs something to get going here to mount a comeback. But we talked about it time and time again. Royals pitching is undeniable. You cannot compare it to any other bullpen, any other rotation in the IBL. There is nothing like it in this league. They lead the league in every pitching category as Osika fouls that one back once more, and we'll do it all over again. Count remains 3-2. 2 outs, runners at the corners. Of course, Bowman at third, Champ Garner over at first. The Royals have not made any defensive changes. And why not? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The Royals have done a great job of breaking down the Majors starter Jose Arias and their bullpen leading by 3. And Osika fouls it back once more. He's had 3 walks tonight in all 3 of his plate appearances. 2 doubles, 1 home run, 6 RBIs, and 6 walks this season. But Jacob Cush looking to send him packing, gets set and delivers. Big swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts this inning. The Royals get out of the jam. Jacob Cush, the ace, he is back and he is better than ever. Your Royals are leading 5-2 heading into the bottom of the 8th inning. Don't go anywhere. Back here on Guelph Royals TV, I'm Joshua Alderman, and you have picked the perfect time to join us. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, your Royals are leading 5-2 over the visiting London Majors. The Royals, if they win both games here tonight at Hastings and then tomorrow in London at Labatt Park, they would tie for 3rd place in the IBL with these very same London Majors. As Josh Garden, the first pitch he sees is jammed. He's going to beat out the throw. So call it what you will, a bunt, a grounder, whatever it may be, it worked. Josh Garden is back on base. And he has finally gotten over, by the looks of it, gotten over his, for lack of a better term, obsession with trying to drive the ball over the fence, for trying to get a home run every single at-bat. He's gotten over it. He's settled in as just this phenomenal, powerful contact hitter. As Franklin Torres shows signs of a bunt, just couldn't get the bat to the ball in time. 0-1 the count. Braden Farrington stays in as the pitcher for the Majors. That one fouled back. Torres rings the count up to 0-2 now. 10 RBIs, 2 home runs, 3 doubles, and 8 walks for Franklin Torres this season. Farrington wheels and deals, and Torres gets all of that right over the outstretched glove of Tyler Mosher. He's going to get a stand-up single. That'll advance Josh Garden over to second base. Still no outs. And you got runners on first and second. And now Carson Burns, the 2-time All-Star, stepping up to the plate. A golden opportunity for the Guelph Royals to tack a couple more runs onto their lead. and really put the Majors in a tough spot. Not just tonight, but heading into tomorrow's contest. That puts momentum on the side of the Royals as the bunt is dropped down. Burns is going to be called out narrowly. Narrowly missed out on beating the throw. But that's been the theme of the game for Carson Burns, is sacrificing himself for the betterment of the team. He had a sack RBI, a sack fly just a couple innings ago, and now a bunt to advance Garton and Torres to third and second respectively, and that'll bring up the Roadrunner Ashton Patterson. Quick little mound visit between Deolio, Farrington, and the Majors infield. Ashton Patterson heading into tonight's contest, a .213 average, 2 doubles, 8 RBIs. Not the best season statistically for the young Guelph Griffin, but his speed and athleticism really makes up for it. He's gonna ground that one past the outstretched glove of Caden Cardoso. That'll score Garton. Torres comes around as well. Patterson will go for 2. Why the heck not? And a stand-up RB, 2 RBI double from Ashton Patterson. As soon as I said he wasn't having the best season statistically, but his speed makes up for it, he goes and does that. Just phenomenal vision on this young kid. Read the ball right out of Farrington's hand, sent it rocketing up the ground, up the grass on the first base line. Just kept it in play, outstretched past the outstretched glove of Caden Cardoso. And Andy Leader's gonna send that one into the outfield. Patterson will come around to score. Leader's heading for 2. When it rains, it pours. Make it 8-2 for your Guelph Royals. And just when things couldn't get any worse for the Majors, Connor Morrow is heading to the plate, and if the Royals are able to find themselves in a situation where no outs after Morrow's at-bat is done, or just one more out, J.D. Williams would be up to the plate, and that's a nightmare come true for the Majors. A mound visit now. Pitching coach talking things over with Farrington. Looking to plan a strategy now that the Royals have scored 6 runs across the past 3 innings. 3 of them have come from this inning alone. They are swinging hot bats up and down this lineup. I talked off the top of the broadcast about how this is a murderer's row from 1 to 9. This is arguably the best possible lineup the Royals could have assembled, that Dino Ramel could have pieced together. It's a gamble, but it has paid off big time, and the Royals are looking to cash out with a major victory over London. Farrington gets set and delivers. Morrow's going to smack that one. High fly ball into right field. Verhoeven's got a read on it. Almost, and I mean almost, lost it in the lights, but Andy Leader is back up to second in time. And just as predicted, J.D. Williams up to bat. We've already seen a 2 RBI double in this inning, but it was J.D. Williams who had a 2 RBI double of his own in the bottom of the second inning that got the Royals offense going, and how he's looking to continue the hot streak, keep the runs flowing. Andy Leader takes a pretty healthy lead at second base. Not going. Williams takes the first pitch. A curveball on the inside. 0-1 the count. Williams, now 16 stolen bases on the season, 30 RBIs and 6 home runs. Last pitch, a fastball, called a ball. 1-1 now the count. Farrington gets set and delivers a pretty crisp fastball on the outside. 1-2 the count. You have to imagine if you're Roop Chandidat and the London Majors coaching staff, you just want to get out of this game. Bring things back to Labatt tomorrow and wrap up the season on home turf. And just keep your arms rested and ready for the playoffs. J.D. Williams grounds out. The Royals leave Leader stranded at second, but they do all the damage they could. Your Royals are leading 8-2 as we head into the top of the 9th inning. Things are just getting interesting, so stay tuned to Royals TV. Back here on Guelph Royals TV, I'm Joshua Alderman, and if you've just joined us, well, you've joined at a perfect time. It is crunch time here at David E. Hastings Stadium. Your Royals are winning 8-2. A phenomenal outing on all fronts. Pitching has been simply phenomenal. The bats have come alive. And the fielding, I mean, if you haven't had a chance to see J.D. Williams' highlight reel diving catch just a couple innings ago, then you'll be seeing it very, very shortly, perhaps on around the IBL's Instagram page. Definitely not trying to get any Royals highlights on there at all. Of course, we love to see coverage of all the teams, but yeah, J.D. Williams' catch, easily top 3 plays of the season across the IBL. You want to talk about top? You talk about top pitchers in the IBL. You're looking at numero uno right there, Jacob Cush. He is the best pitcher in the league. Typically playing as a starter, he leads the league with a 1.52 ERA. 78 strikeouts and 5 wins to his name across 65 innings pitched. So he's going to draw a ground ball. Slipping is Carson Burns as he made the play, and he is still down. He might have sprained something as he's slowly getting to his feet. He looks a little shaken up.
Shortstop number 97, Tyler Motion.
But that is a lead-off single for left fielder Gibson Krasminski, which will bring up shortstop Tyler Mosher. Mosher, 3 doubles, 5 RBIs, and 12 walks so far this season. And now down by 6 runs. Maybe he can be the spark that the majors desperately need. Here in the top of the 9th, Jacob Cush just looking to shut the door. That one fouled back. Count evened up at 1-1. Krasminski, 2 stolen bases so far this season. Scattered cries of support for the Royals defense coming in now as Jacob Cush, another mean fastball, painting the corners with velocity and ferocity. The 1-2 count now. Big swing and a miss. Make it strikeout number 4 for Jacob Cush tonight. The surprise reliever putting in work. He is leading the charge. He is keeping the Royals in this game. The London Majors, they're no pushovers. They got some of the best bats in the IBL, but tonight things just haven't clicked. As Eduardo De Olio steps up to bat, the Majors down to their last 2 outs. Cush, the first pitch off, mean 2-seamer on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. He's right back at it, checking in on Krasminski over at first. Wasting little time at all, and in this kind of situation, you don't want to. Right back at it. Same pitch, same story, another strike. Eduardo De Olio, he's just trying everything he can. Kudos to him, just taking a big hack at it. In this situation where you just want to get something more on the board for your side, anything will do as he fouls that one back to stay alive. Count remains 0-2. Jacob Cush is wheeling and dealing tonight. Looking to pick up yet another strikeout as he delivers the 0-2. Franklin Torres tried to frame it in the zone. That one, that was close, to say the least, but the Royals don't get the call they were looking for. Not that the fans were looking for either. But right back at it is Cush. 1-2 the count, 1 out. Krasminski, the runner at first. Cush winds up and delivers. Check swing. Did he go around? Yes, says the home plate umpire. Strikeout after strikeout after strikeout after strikeout. Jacob Cush is lighting up the majors. And I mean, you could say they were just as shocked as the fans were, as I was, when Jacob Cush came into the game as a reliever, but he has been shut out, dominant ever since. Now facing his toughest test yet in the form of Rookie of the Year candidate, Caden Cardoso. The Majors down to their last out. They've got to do everything in their power to stay alive here. First pitch. Velocity is the name. 0-1 the count. Another heater of a fastball. This time on the outside bottom corner. As Kush gets set. And delivers again. Another swing and a miss. As Caden Cardoso will take a second to collect his thoughts. And the fans, the Royals Kingdom in full voice, rallying behind the home side, willing them to victory as Kush winds up and delivers that one just outside there. 1-2 now the count. The Majors down to their last strike. Kush gets set and delivers. Fouled back. Cardoso desperately swinging at that one, trying to stay alive. And he does, lives to fight another pitch. 2 outs. Runner on first. And down by 6, the Majors. They've got to do something here, or else it is lights out in the Royal City. As Jacob Kush shakes off the first sign, shakes off the second, finds something he likes. Another fastball on the outside again, and another no call. Could have gone either way, but obviously the ump saw something that we didn't. 2-2 now the count. This time Jacob Kush likes the first sign he sees. Wind up, and the pitch. This one on the ground. Takamatsu is going to flip it onto Garden at first for the easy out. And your Guelph Royals pick up the second win in 5 contests against the London Majors. Buckle up, because the race for third place just got a little tighter, just got a little more interesting as your Guelph Royals pick up a dominant 8-2 victory over the visiting London Majors. Tomorrow night at Labatt Park in London is do or die for these two teams. London could still clinch second place, with the Barrie Baycats losing to the Brantford Red Sox 2-1 in the latter stages of that game. But the way things look, the Royals may be poised with momentum on their side to steal third place from the London Majors. You want to talk about people who have had great games. J.D. Williams got things going with a 2 RBI double, had a stellar highlight reel catch out in center field, diving after sprinting coast to coast to make that play. Great night for him. Jacob Kush obviously coming out of the pen, coming out of the dugout. Just a surprise for the fans, and a surprise that caught the Majors off guard. He was lights out tonight. And of course, credit where credit is due to the starter for your Royals tonight, Kyle Thomas. Usually the latter part of a 1-2 punch combo with Jacob Kush, but tonight, Thomas led the way, only threw 6 pitches in the first inning, retired 9 out of the first 10 batters he faced. He was phenomenal. He got the Royals off to a great start. Reese Montgomery and Jacob Kush carried the rest of the way, and it is your Guelph Royals picking up a crucial 8-2 victory. And of course, in the last home game of the season, the Royals bring the fun, bring the energy, and the entertainment. It all comes down to the wire tomorrow night at Labatt Park in London. Go check out that game. Get your tickets on the London Majors website. But let's focus on the present, and the present is that the Royals picked up a massive, one would even say major, victory over London, 8-2 here at Hastings in the final home game of the season. So, the regular season comes to an end. Unfortunately, that will do it for tonight's game. Thank you for tuning in to Guelph Royals TV. On behalf of our fantastic crew, our producer Jacob Chappelle, I'm Joshua Alderman saying goodbye and good night until next time.